All right, before we start, concerning this quote unquote personal account on Facebook, this is not Amiah Miller. I've already reported it for false information, but obviously she would not post pictures she's already posted for news and updates. So they're old pictures and things. So disregard that, please. Do not acknowledge that. It's not Amaya. So I've already reported it. So let's move on. Dear Amaya Miller, congratulations on the early release of Hold Your Breath for the Toronto Film Festival for September. Unfortunately, I have other plans for the fall. I need to save my money so I can make another trip elsewhere west. So I'm going to have to wait for the Hulu premiere, like everyone else, for October 3rd. So I can't wait, but I won't be able to make it to Canada. But look at you. You get to be in the Yellowstone spinoff, The Madison. I'm guessing for multiple streaming or VOD. I'm hoping VOD. Alongside Michelle Pfeiffer. You get to play Bo Garrett's daughter. That's going to be something. I'm thinking they're going to probably wait until the final season 5 of Yellowstone is finished, then start production on Madison, so as not to ruin momentum. But honestly, all I care about, as far as I'm concerned, is that you're in a really good scene with Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Keeping my fingers crossed. I wanted to do this topic last week, but your knitting work took precedence. But after your latest movie ventures, I thought to myself, what would be the perfect Amaya Miller movie? The Searchers was a movie that came out almost 70 years ago. And you had John Wayne, and to John Wayne's right is Jeffrey Hunter. You had Natalie Wood, and a whole cast of characters in a big open world film directed by John Ford. The movie deals with John Wayne as a Confederate soldier. He came home from the war. And then you got Jeffrey Hunter. You remember him as Captain Christopher Pike from the Star Trek series. Much younger here. He's a relative. He's an adopted brother of Natalie Wood, who's Debbie. So the idea is that John Wayne is lured. John Wayne and a bunch of men. They're cowboys, right? Cattle rustlers, or not? They're cattle ranchers, whatever. Ranchers, cowboys, soldiers. So they're all working together to keep peace on the ranch and out in the open wild, the open world with cows and everything. But they were tricked by Native Americans. Now, in 2024 standards, we could call them corrupt, or they're criminals, they're deviant, right? They're not like other Native Americans who are peaceful, who want to break bread with the white man, as if we want to speak in 2024 terms, right? But so yeah, these were bad guys. These were not good. These are not good guys. These are bad guys. There's if you're talking about, there's all on both sides. There's different colors on both sides. So what happened was these particular people, the Comanche, kidnap Debbie, Natalie Wood. Actually, Lana Wood, her little sister, plays the younger version. So kidnaps young Debbie and takes Debbie's sister. I think it's Lori. Lori is killed later on. It is assumed she's raped and beaten. And then Debbie is taken by Scar, the head chief of the Comanche. And she grows up. And it's all about John Wayne and Jeffrey Hunter looking for her, right? It's a big influential movie. I mean, you may have seen it a few times. But imagine if they remade this movie, but not from the searcher's point of view, but from Debbie's point of view and how she changed. We would see a person who lived a nice, privileged life kidnapped and taken. Now, I guess if it was a remake, you would have good and bad Native Americans. It's always the whole cowboys versus Indians, good versus bad. But, we're living in more PC time. So you would have good and bad guys on both sides. But you have to have the bad guys. You have to have Scar. And Scar takes her against her will. But she learns how to fight, how to do maybe martial arts, how to do all this stuff. And she grows. She grows how to do it. Like, she's no longer this happy little girl on the ranch anymore. Her innocence is gone. She teaches herself new skills. She's not the same person, right? So she may kill one of her own. She may kill many of her own in her own group. She may do some hard stuff, kind of like like when before like Matt Damon when he's Jason Bourne, but before he was Jason Bourne, he was doing things for the government that he shouldn't have been doing. So she finds herself doing this, and at some point, she's been brainwashed into forgetting her childhood. But when she starts to put her pieces together, pushing away those memories, not by amnesia, but by like just not remembering and then remembering again. At some point, she will encounter the two men, Ethan and the Martin, but she'll be a different person. She's not that sweet little child. But remember, at the end of the original movie, John Wayne is sent to go kill Natalie Wood, right? Or maybe a dark chapter where she lets the worst happen to Laurie to protect the rest of the family. It all depends. I mean, I guess you got to make Laurie corrupt, um, or whatever, or it's really hard to say. Would it be like House of Cards, where just like she would do a dark thing to Laurie? Maybe not, or maybe she would try to, but like she's just really trapped in this prison. She's overpowered by the people who kidnapped her, right? So she has to be. It's a metamorphosis, becoming the caterpillar becomes the butterfly and becomes something more. But there's evil deeds and there's good deeds, but it's going through all of that. I mean, there's a reason why Ethan goes after her. It's not a welcoming reunion. It's that isekai moment, It's she'll have it starts out with one tear and then she just I don't know, cuts herself, whatever. I mean, it's psychological, right? But all this time she has to be like this Terminator, right? She's like the Terminator or the Terminatrix or whatever it was from Terminator 3, where she just pushes away her emotions. Now she's Scar's wife. And it's just disgusting, right? But that movie, The Searchers, was so influential. It influenced Star Wars and all kinds of stuff. But I was just thinking about that for a long, long time. I was thinking about this kind of a thing. There are love stories, and there are funny comedian type stories, and there are Amiah stories. Real life is real life, fiction is fiction, but with each new movie, there's something about you. Love, Drake. The following music is brought to you from The Searchers original soundtrack. Highway by Elucin. And I Can Carry On by May J.